Welcome back to the 6 o'clock show. Erica Drum is on kitchen duty.
I am very excited.
Pasta.
Norma.
Yeah.
Norma. So it was the lady's name, the theatre opera by Bellini, and it was a fabulous winning opera. And then this dish was so fabulous that they named it after her.
Can I just
she
say?
was the singer, the opera singer, is it?
No, the name of the opera.
Oh, the name of the opera was
I
Norma.
just say, someone was on Wikipedia before the show, making sure she knew what was going on.
I love that dish, but I don't have a clue who Norma is.
What's it about? Well done, you. Well done, you.
There's no meat in this.
There is no meat in it.
Lovely,
No,
okay,
but
go on,
you would not miss it, certainly, especially with aubergine. I know some people are a bit not iffy, but you know, aubergine is not necessarily the most loved, and I think it's because we may not cook it correctly. So what we do, first of all, it's quite an easy dish. Now, there are a few things to do, but nothing too complicated, is we cube up the aubergine. That's all I've done. And I wanted to show you one. Just keep it nice and tight when you try and find your aubergines in the supermarket. Tight, the fresher, the better. They're always going to be delicious. Tight skin. You'll see it kind of shiny.
Nice and tight.
Yeah, and then do cubes. I have the recipe, all of it's going to be online, but depending the size of your cubes, if you're in a rush, chop them smaller.
Yeah.
But I have them just in cubes like that, and then I've drizzled the olive oil in the bowl. That way, I can toss them. So kind of each bit of aubergine gets a bit of olive oil. That's also a place we go wrong, because if we put the olive oil like this over the aubergine on the tray, some parts get it and some parts don't.
Okay.
So that's it, onto a baking tray and into the oven. So you just pour that out. So that's the first part. You get that going. And imagine that's going
into the oven at what?
At about 200 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, and you're going to toss it halfway through.
Okay.
So you're not necessarily getting it really brown, you're just getting it cooked all the way through. It's just for the flavour of it to come out. Then we make a very simple tomato sauce. So I've got a frying pan on, and imagine if you're at home, you're also getting your spaghetti on, kind of halfway through.
Okay.
So this is it, tomato sauce, aubergine and spaghetti. So we're going to put in some lovely olive oil into our pan. Don't be shy. Let's just and then an onion. We're going to fry our onion. I love garlic, as we know. Who doesn't? And we're going to put in about three. You could put in a few more if you wanted. You know, I absolutely.
Go for it, guys.
Go for it. And just make sure the garlic's kind of a little bit smaller so that it spreads quite evenly.
We got one of those yolks recently. What are they called?
This is
grater.
Not to be naming brands, but this is called a microplane. It's fantastic.
Microplane.
Yeah, they're fantastic. And actually,
Can't do anything with him on the show, but we got one of those recently.
Looks
They're
like
great.
a grater to me.
It is a grater. You're right.
A micro what?
It's the greatest grater. Sorry. I'm too long on the show.
You've gone with the Brian May real cheesy puns.
That was really bad. So the smell, like who doesn't love the smell of garlic and onions frying? It's just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, you walk into the kitchen, it's like, oh my God, something smells gorgeous. It's just the onions and the garlic. There's nothing else
the
in there.
The dinner's going to be crap after this, yeah.
Something smells good, oh my God. Yeah,
so a little bit of salt and pepper in there, and basically you're going to sweat these down until they get a little bit softer. Fast forwarding time, we're adding in some fresh chopped tomatoes. So at the moment, maybe some people, we talked about this last time, have grown their own tomatoes. If so, use them in this. It's perfect. And
you okay?
I'm a bit okay.
Regular tomatoes would work in this then. It doesn't have to be chopped or tinned or anything like that, no?
Tinned tomatoes work perfectly.
Okay.
The idea at the moment is that tomatoes are the nicest flavour, and they're fresh and beautiful like this. The sauce essentially isn't a really dark tomato sauce. It's not like we kind of think of for a bolognese or a ragu.
You're choking
You
up
could
there.
use your chopped tomatoes, or you could use passata or something, which is also
Throw a bit of that in. Okay.
lovely and fresh.
I was reading about Norma, by the way. I was reading about the opera Norma.
Were you just doing it there?
That's what I was looking up there on the iPad.
Paying attention. Go on.
Doesn't sound like much crack.
I was just trying to say that someone died. Does Norma die?
Dishes, I promise.
Not an opera fan.
Does Norma die?
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, there we go.
And it's about her professing her undying love, and she publicly confesses her fault, and then she's sentenced to death by fire. Spoiler alert.
Shocking.
Spoiler alert.
Death by fire.
Hopefully the pasta is nicer than Norma's.
The pasta, I don't know, it definitely is.
I love those Italians. It was such a hit. Everyone loved it. It got its own food.
Thanks for doing that, though, I love it. So basil is also a main ingredient in here. We're going to put it in the stalks because I take it out at the end before I blitz it a little bit. So imagine that gets kind of simmering away for about 20 to 30 minutes. It helps with the flavour. Then we move on. Here it is. So it's bubbling away like this. And what I do is I blitz part of it. So that's the exact same sauce. I've just added a little bit of water into it.
Okay.
And then I like to puree half of it. Oh, I did. Did work earlier. No, it's gone now. Anyway, I did test it. Let's do the noise.
Bang.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's still, you can have it chunky or smooth, or you can have it fully smooth.
We're having a
as well.
chunky now anyway.
Oh my
Having
God.
a chunky.
This set. Can we just get a set that works? That's
It is. It's coming though, right?
I'm gonna.
No, we're getting a new set next week.
No. We're in negotiations to knock something down. Anyway, come here. Tell us what's going on.
So then we have these aubergines are cut a little bit smaller so they cook faster. They're perfectly ready. They're cooked. They're soft. There's a little bit of crispy ones in there as well, which is great. You do not want your aubergines to still be hard and you know, that kind of white spongy. You want them to be clear and kind of not bounce back, basically squidgy rather than spongy.
We've got about
I know
a minute.
my wording.
Erica.
Okay, I have a minute. Perfect. Aubergines are gone in, and then we're putting in this fabulous cheese, obviously.
What did you bring?
So it's called Ricotta Salata, which is aged ricotta. So we know ricotta comes in little dishes like this. It's soft, it's gooey. This has been aged with salt. Part of it goes in to the pasta, obviously. And we get to stir that around with the sauce, and it kind of melts, but there's still chunks of it.
30 seconds there.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. No problem. That's it, really. We're going to put some pasta through it.
done.
I'll actually just do it this way. I'll put some sauce on the top.
And you know that you can get all the steps for this. Just Google 6 Eats. It will be there, and you can get the recipes by searching VMTV food on YouTube as well, as Erica's plating this up. It smells absolutely delicious.
And don't forget the basil, because it really is part of the dish. So it's really like 4 or 5 ingredients. That cheese
and then you
is
put more of it after.
fabulous. More basil.
And more basil goes in. Can we please give it up? The watery eyes during it. She gave us the story of Norma. We're all going to go see the opera.
Yes.
Erica Drum.
Thanks, guys.
We're watching you can check out the opera online if you like, or just get the pasta, get the recipe online. We're out of time already. Thanks to our wonderful guest. Brian May was on the show tonight.
And thanks for all the messages about Brian as well.
Amanda Ade, Mancom McGann and Erica for the lovely grub tonight.
Back
as well.
to tomorrow. We'll be chatting with Britain's Got Talent judge Alicia Dixon and founding member of the Cranberries, Noel Hogan.
Dixon.
Dixon.
Alicia, have a lovely evening. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.